Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Tuesday, May 20th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 7 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. The spirit guidance for today is frog energy, and the frog energy comes out in the reversal position. So with the frog energy coming out in the reversal position, it will bring me to an imbalance of energy, and it brings me to too much of something. And the too much of something could be maybe too much logic when it comes to a thing, or too much emotion and not enough logic when it comes to a thing. And with the moon in Pisces today and the day being the 20th, I'm going to say too much emotion. And with the energies in the day adding up or reducing to number 7 vibration, the number 7 is ruled by Neptune. So to me, with Neptune energy and the number 20th, I think of some of us, I think of some of us questioning something, trying to understand something on a deeper level, but our emotions are getting in the way and stopping us from seeing the truth in a thing. So something that I've been affirming to myself a lot lately is I don't feel sorry for myself, anyone, or anything. I feel like growing up naturally, like I've told you guys, I would easily find myself feeling sorry for other people or just feeling sorry for people and things. And in past videos, I've shared stories about being in the salon. And I've thought about, even say being in the salon and someone comes in and they share a pity story about what's going on because maybe they want a deal. And then I'll watch that, they shared a story, I feel sorry. And because of that, they get to, they finesse me. And from them finessing me, in that moment, the creator will allow a person to tell you the truth of who they are, where they might finesse me and cause me to not cause me, of course, I'm going to be the one to decide, but me feeling sorry, my emotion doesn't allow me to see logic. It's like, hey, I'm running a business here, and it's a luxury to be able for someone to work on you, to be served is a luxury, So if you work in a service business, don't be afraid to charge for your services because it's a luxury to be served. Where I remember growing up, we did our relaxers at home. We did everything at home. We never went to the salon. We did everything at home. So for someone to be able to go out and get served, it's a luxury. I'm not saying to overcharge, but I guess as long as someone's willing to pay for something, then it's worth the price that the person, if someone's willing to pay for it, then it's worth the price to whoever is paying for it. But anyways, because of me feeling sorry, I would find myself in a lot of situations where I was finessed, only to realize that the person was just running game, where the person might tell me the sob stories about what's going on with them and this and that, and they can't afford this, that, and the next. But then, they're leaving me to go to, say, Coach or go to Nordstrom or whatever to go get something there. And it's like, that's expensive, but it's like, people will pay for what they want to pay for. And today's energy might not be, people paying for anything, but I just think of, for me, and why I've been affirming that to myself, because if you're naturally someone who is empathic and someone who likes to help, it's in your nature to do that anyways. And to me, me feeling sorry for people, where I would find myself in a lot of situations where I would never feel sorry for myself, but I would easily feel sorry for everyone else. And that's something that I even have to question too, is like why I can't feel sorry for me, but I could feel sorry for other people. And it's not good for me to feel sorry for myself either, or feel sorry for anyone or anything. And for me, the reason why that is important to me, because as someone who is empathic, whenever I feel sorry for anyone, I delude my vision. I delude my intuition. I stop seeing things clearly. I stop seeing things as they are. Instead, I'm projecting onto the person or the thing the minute I start feeling sorry. So say for those of us who are recovering people pleasers, you'll find that a lot of the drama that you got yourself in, or a lot of the reoccurring toxic situations that you got caught up in, is because you felt sorry for the person. And once you started feeling sorry, all logic went out the window. It's like, say you're dealing with a toxic person, a person with a toxic personality trait, and they pull you in, and they pull you in with their love bombing. Maybe they give you gifts or nice words or whatever. They pull you in. And then once they have your attention, they pull themselves away and they play that game with you. And maybe it messes with your mind. It messes with your emotion, and from doing that, you might say, okay, I'm out. I can't take this. And then they do some nice thing, or they do something to get your attention, and you already made your mind up that you're out. But then now you're question being out, you're question doing what's best for you, because you now feel sorry for them. What about, how they made you feel, or what they've been consistently doing? Where if we don't allow ourselves to feel sorry for people, then we could take a step back and logically look at everything that's on the table and make a proper decision, make a better decision. So when it comes to today's energy, adding up and reducing to number 7 vibration, we want to understand something clearly. We want to know the truth when it comes to something. And the decision that needs to be made, or the truth that we need to gain, or the truth that we need to see in a thing, it can only come from within us. Outside things can only serve as pieces of the puzzle, but the decision is up to you when it's all said and done. And I personally feel like, whenever we start feeling sorry, like I said, our judgment is impaired. Our judgment is impaired. So for me, that's something that I've been affirming consistently. I don't feel sorry for myself, anyone, or anything. I don't feel sorry for myself, anyone, or anything. So that means the same thing that I don't feel sorry for myself. So if I don't feel sorry for me, I'm not going to feel sorry for anyone else or anything. And even with me not feeling sorry for myself, I shared in a past video the other day how I was sitting on the yoga mat, and I woke up that day and something within the energies of the day just felt sad. I didn't look to see where the planets were. I didn't even know what day it was. I just know at this point I'm on the yoga mat and it's a weekday. And there's a sadness that comes over me. And it's like, what am I sad for? And I'm reflecting on what happened yesterday. And it's like, I can't find a reason why I'm sad. And I simply said to myself, why am I allowing myself to be sad for no reason? And the energy just left me. It's almost as if the spirit of sadness is like it's like an energy that sucks your energy, and if you're unaware of it, it's just there, and then you find reasons to justify it and fall deeper in it. But I became aware of it, and me questioning it, it's like I turned the light on it. So it's like, imagine there's a shadow over you and it's feeding off of you like a leech, and then you become aware of it, you turn the light on it, and it runs away real fast because you put attention to it. Where if I practice feeling sorry for myself, then that sadness that I was feeling that had nothing to do with me, but with these daily messages to me, like say when the moon is in a certain place, or there's a certain number that's strongly influencing the day. It's like like a puppeteer strings or the gravitational pulls of the moon, those energies will pull on us. We'll feel the essence of the energy. And with our storytelling mind, we can feed into it, or we could recognize it and step away from it. Just like there could be really good energies and we feed into it and manifest with it. But that day when I was feeling the sad emotion, if I was accustomed to feeling sorry for myself, then that strong emotion that made me feel sad could have paired up with me finding a reason to feel sorry for myself. And then I would have went down this rabbit hole of woe is me when there was no justified reason for that feeling. So yeah, I don't allow myself to feel sorry for myself, anyone, or anything. I don't feel like it stops me from having compassion, because I'm naturally empathic anyway. So I'm always going to be able to see, myself in someone's situation, even if I don't want to. And I've learned over time that, like everybody doesn't want help. Some people just want to feed on your energy. And that's what we call energy vampires. Some people just like complaining because they like the attention they get from it. And through, self-awareness, I realize everybody don't deserve my compassion, because to me, my compassion is me being present and empathetic. And some situations don't deserve my presence, but I had to take my emotions away from a thing in order to see things clearly. Like, I don't think emotions are bad or good. I think they just are, but they can serve as a form of navigation to perceive what's happening around us and in us. So I feel like instead of something that we unconsciously get lost in, instead it should be like, it should be seen as an indicator that reflects what's happening in the mind. Yes, emotions for me are like a form of indicator that reflects what's happening in the mind, and not something that we get drunken off or lost within. And like I said, me stopping and saying, why do I feel this sadness? What happened? Did something happen? And then later on I saw, okay, this was the day, the moon was here. Okay, these aspects are happening with the planets. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, this makes sense why I was feeling that energy. It's almost like it was a collective energy, but there was no justified reason for me to be feeling that. Which to me, when I think of collective energy, like I said, I feel like with the planets and astrological bodies, they all have a gravitational pull and they're pulling on us. And it's almost as if they're pulling on us all with the same kind of rhythm to do the same dance, but based on us, our makeup, and how our brain filters the energy that we're perceiving is going to show up in our lives different, and we're going to respond to it differently. But when it comes to the essence and the undertone of it, someone who is sensitive to energy can wake up and feel, okay, the moon is in Aries today. Okay, the moon is in Pisces today. Because say today with the moon in Pisces, it brings in this feeling of escaping. We want to run away. We want to justify not doing anything. We want to justify cheating when it comes to, say if you have a kind of diet that has a cheat date, where to me, I believe in lifestyle, not a diet, because it's like, say you did this diet to lose weight, but then when you stop the diet, if you go back to your old ways, you're just gonna end up with what you were trying to run away from. Where to me, lifestyle changes need to happen. But say you have a cheat day. Moon in Pisces today will validate a cheat day. Moon in Pisces today will validate going back to something that you said that you were done with as a form of escapism. The good things about Moon in Pisces today is it's intuitive. You could check in with yourself and get clarity and answers when it comes to something. Same with the energies in the day adding up, reducing to a number 7 vibration. It's like a deep diving energy. And with the day being the 20th, we could observe how it is that we're feeling. And from being aware of our feelings, we can interpret certain things that we're picking up intuitively, and how our feelings will play a part in interpreting that. And the moon in Pisces, it positively speaks to Jupiter and Gemini. So, at the early degrees of where the moon in Pisces is, it brings me to say we're experiencing certain emotional or intuitive things happening within us. And we're able to share that with other light minds, where normally when the moon get further in Pisces, speaking to Jupiter and Gemini, it'll create a challenging aspect, as the moon, when it gets deeper into Pisces, it's going to call for more isolation and time alone. And Jupiter and Gemini wants to be social. But, at the early stages of where this moon is, it's intuitive, but it's intuitive, but it's social. And the challenging aspect of it being intuitive and social is where we could project onto the people that we're engaging with. We could project onto our social environments. That's the negative side of that. And that's what I was talking about when it comes to feeling sorry. I feel like people with strong placements in Pisces or the 12th house or Virgo should definitely work on not feeling sorry for people. Because I bet, say someone here with strong Pisces or Virgo energy, anytime you've ever found yourself scammed or taking advantage of, you are feeling sorry for someone, because Virgo and Pisces energy are service-oriented energies. So in the process of feeling sorry for the person, you stop seeing things for what they actually were, for what they actually are, to the point where, you went all in trying to save or help or protect someone else, but it's like, what about you? So something about today's energy where it's like a whole lot of emotion. Today, the sun also enters into Gemini, and the sun is our identity. And in Gemini, we identify as being communicative, identify as being curious, mischievous. With the sun in Gemini energy, to me, we're entering into a state of busybody energy. I think of, say, the sun being our identity, and in Gemini, when the sun is in Gemini or while this transit is happening, I could see a lot of people switching majors or making major changes when it comes to certain big things in their life, only for the sun to move from Gemini into Cancer and they go back. Where I think of the saying how, you'll have certain people, they break up in the summertime and then get back with their partners in the wintertime. But the sun going into Gemini is like, I don't know, that just crossed my mind. Whereas like the sun going to Gemini, all of a sudden a person realized that they want to go outside, but in order to fully go outside, they need to be single. That's something that's standing out with the sun in Gemini. But, the positive side of sun in Gemini is we identify as being more social. We do want to go outside. We do want to connect with others. We're more playful. We're more childlike, especially when Mercury joins the sun there. And when it comes to, say, the tarot, we have the Four of Swords in the reversal position. And I feel like the Four of Swords in the reversal position speaks on a lot of what I spoke on already with the frog energy. In the upright position, to me, she's at peace. She's like in a meditative state. I think of someone who is at peace with their thoughts. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30 minutes tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. In the reversal position, I think of anxiety, I think of worry, I think of fear, I think of not thinking clearly. And like I said, with the frog energy today, it's like we want to bring in some logic. And in order to balance out the frog energy, and not being lost or drowning in our emotions, for those of us who super sensitive, work on not feeling sorry for people. Whenever you find yourself feeling sorry, know that you're easily manipulated. And it's not so much that the people around you are manipulating you, is that it's easy for you to delude yourself. But if someone did have the intention to manipulate you, and with Gemini energy, Gemini is trickster energy. And with the sun entering into Gemini, and when Mercury get there, People, things could be a little bit more tricky. And if you're someone who find yourself often feeling sorry, you'll be the perfect bait. You'll be the perfect bait. Pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please drop me a purple heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.